Hey, it's Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it is Tuesday. It's October 29th. This will be our chart lesson for the day. And as you can see, we are going to have a chart lesson today. I had to completely rebuild everything on a new computer here, and it took a little bit. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to recording this and going to try to upload it on my I still don't have internet, so I'm doing this on I'm actually uploading it through my phone. So that's worked so far. Hopefully it'll work by the time I get through with this video. Uh, I'm not sure how long it'll take it to upload or anything like that because the speed's not great. But anyway, it seems to be working. So we're going to record this, and it's not going to take long. I'm going to move through it pretty fast to make sure that I get it uploaded and get it done today so you can at least see the trades I saw. I didn't trade today, so all this was done after the fact. I didn't watch the charts in real time or anything, so I've been too distracted just trying to get everything set up on my new computer. My last computer would not upgrade to Windows 11, and so I was starting to run out of hard drive room as well. So I went ahead and bought a new computer, and I've had it for a while, but I just didn't want to go through all the trouble of what I went through today. And since I lost my internet and couldn't do anything, it seemed like a good time to go ahead and try to get everything reloaded on my new computer and get it rolling again. And so that's what I've done here. And things look slightly different on my chart. That's probably why. But anyway, here's a look at our daily chart. Let's get through this and just try to get this day wrapped up. And again, there's not a lot of trades today. So, but just looking at our daily chart, you can see we had, let me zoom in just a little here, just kind of another inside day. It looks like a reversal day. Anyway, there's today's bar, and it's very small. Uh, the volume's been much lighter. Volatility's little or very little volatility. And so we're just kind of chopping sideways here, but it does look like we had kind of a reversal type day. We'll see if we continue to push higher and push towards this target. The 5th is coming soon, and then once that election happens, who knows what could happen. So, and who knows what's going to happen during the election. It could just be a lot of craziness going on. It's going to be a lot of, no matter who wins, there's going to be a pretty upset side on the election, and so just it's no telling what could happen. But anyway, I don't think the market's going to sell off prior to that. So I think we're still working towards this target of a measured move here based on this first leg, and we'll see what happens. Otherwise, we may just go sideways. Who knows? But anyway, there it is. There's the daily chart. Let's flip over to the 2000 tick chart and take a look at it and go through the trades, and we'll wrap this day up. Okay, here's today's chart, and you can see that we opened lower and we had this gap, and we filled that pretty quickly and just kind of bounced around that price level before we finally pushed higher. And I mean, this is mostly uphill, but it's very flat and very it's not a real strong trend or anything by that of that means, but it is an upwards trend, and it pretty much played out all day long. And so that's how I saw it. But we had, it's like a little spiking channel up, not very, again, not very strong one. But let's zoom in here. We had a couple of news items here. Actually, we only had 2 of them at 9 o'clock. This is tomorrow's stuff here that's didn't fall off for some reason. I just re-uploaded this again a few minutes ago, and it usually has to, since the market's closed, a bar didn't complete. It usually a bar has to complete before the stuff for tomorrow drops off. So the only thing we had today was a medium and 2 high, and the 2 high were at 9 o'clock, and I marked that off here. So otherwise, no news today. But you had to be patient. We started off in this sideways stuff, and we dropped on down. We got the close outside and dropped on down, but there's just no real setups there. Nothing I see that I would like. If this would have been a little better signal bar, maybe you could take a short there, but I just don't see it with that bar. But we made the couple of swings down, actually one more final swing, and then we rallied out of there. There was like multiple lows here, but it's so congested and you're so close to the EMA. I just think you got to wait on a higher low here, and you don't get one. And then, but if you wait, you get a break of this green channel, and you get a first entry. And let me zoom in here a little bit. This is probably hard to see. You get a first entry, and you pull on down, and you get a second entry right there. Very bullish bar. So that's a second entry long. I like a break of that. There is a higher low here, right off that confirms and right off the key entry point. But that bar is at 8:53, so it's just a few minutes before 9. So I think you have to sit tight on that one. And then you can see the news. Not much happening there. We do push higher. Then we're just kind of chopping along here. By the time we get back to the trend line, we've got a triple test here right off the key entry point. However, there's not much room to get out there, and so I'm a little wary of taking that one. If you took it, it works, but you had to ride all this out too, and then you get another bounce there. But I just think you have to sit tight again. There's just not a good setup there. Then we get we get an overshoot, and then we get a break. Again, there's a higher low here, but no setup that you can really take. And then we're just chopping sideways here, and we don't quite have a new high yet. There was an overshoot, so doesn't mean we're going to get a new high, but it's not long before we confirm that channel right here. And you do have a trend working down there that I don't have on there. And you get a close outside new low, and again, it's just not a good enough signal bar. It's tempting to enter here, but I don't think you've got enough after going lower there and just not quite getting back to the high. I'm not sure what to expect here. So if you took it, it would have worked. I didn't mark it, but you probably can argue for it to be green. I didn't feel like you really had a good triple test till here. And you can see the smart traders obviously waited till here to get a true triple test, because you got to test way over here and then you go lower. But you do come back and test it there. So you could argue that maybe, again, I just don't think that's good enough for a triple test. I think you got to wait for another one, which comes here. And so I like entering there. And that one runs straight to the top. Comes back here, but no signal bar. There is a failure on the breakout here, but I think you got to wait on a lower high because there's no break of the green channel. There's no break in new high, nothing. So, but finally, you do get a break, and then you do make a new high here, no setup, but then you get a lower high, and that's a fairly decent setup. That bar is, how many ticks? I'm not sure how many ticks that bar is. My thing is not showing the ticks anymore. I used to be able to click on that and it shows the ticks, so I got to figure that out. You could look at the low and the high, and looks like it's 9 ticks maybe. I think that's 9 ticks, so fairly low risk. And that's a pretty nice move down to the low. You get a close outside and another bounce right off the key entry point with a good signal bar. You would have to wait for this to close. It's not. I don't think it's an engulfing bar anyway. But so you got to go wait and go long at the top of that. I think there is a slight. Let me see if there's a break above that bar. 65. 65.50. I think that was 25. Yeah, so there is a break above. So your second entry is right there because you got a high, a first entry, second entry. So this is like a third entry. But really what you're doing, you got a close outside and a new low, and you're bouncing off both your trend line and your support resistance line. So you got some confluence there with a couple of different support situations. So I like going long there. That maybe helps you see it a little better there. We turn back down, no setups here really. We go back up again, you get a close outside, new high, and then another lower high. I like entering on that one. It's not a perfect signal bar, but I think it's good enough. It runs back down, and again, you bounce at the same places, and you get another nice bar. This bar is fairly large here now, so that might determine whether you want to take it or not. But again, it's bouncing right off that key entry point, and you can argue it's bouncing off the support too. So I like that one. That turns out to be a pretty good move. Runs up, you get a close outside, move to a new high. You make a lower high here, but this is an inside bar without an equal top. And this is why you usually don't want to take these, because it comes back again. I think you would have scalped out of that anyway, but yeah, there's more than enough room there. But I'd wait, and then now you got a failure. Notice the new high, first entry, second entry, and it fails. Still not back to the EMA. That's a good place to enter, and that's a pretty nice move. These are all just first entries, and you do get a close outside there in a new low, and we reverse. Close outside of the green one, new high, then we're working down, and this is just sideways really, a little failed break out of that in my opinion. This breaks lower first and then turns and goes up. I think you could trade that as an engulfing bar. I don't see a problem with it. If you wait till it closes, it's a little large. So maybe you take that trade. I didn't mark it, but it's a possibility. There is a higher low here, and again, I did not mark it because we actually make a new high right here. The high on that one is 75.75. I think they're equal. Yeah, you got like a double top there. So, and you got a bunch of resistance. I don't think you want to go long there. You see it fails and comes back and then goes higher. And that does look like a reversal, but it's not really where we're looking for a reversal at. So I don't think you want to trade it as a reversal. It makes a strong move up. It's probably going to act like a trap, though. There's still plenty of room to get out. Maybe you trade that as a trap. I wouldn't trade it as a failure reversal, but maybe you're considering you got short strap there. Runs on up. You get a first entry, and your second entry triggers here, and you're still in this channel. And notice it makes a close outside, and then a new low, and then it goes higher. And by that time, you've got at least triple test there. So I like taking that as a triple test. You would have been out. You wouldn't have got a runner because it comes back, and no chance to enter that again. And that takes us into 230. So there it is today. Back out and show it to you one more time. It's a spiking channel up. We started off down, found the bottom, and then made this spiking channel up. There were the two news items. Other than that, there wasn't anything really to affect the market here, and so the market's just drifting higher. And not a lot of trades, unfortunately. There's not a lot of setups there. The volatility is pretty low, and so you just have to take what you get there. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this thing up and try to get this uploaded before I may run out of, I'm not sure how much data I can even upload through my phone or download through my phone or use. So I didn't even try to call them. It worked, so I'm using it, and I don't know what they're going to allow me to have. But anyway, there it is. Hopefully we can do the same thing tomorrow. But until we get my internet back on, they said it might be a few days. They knocked out much more than I even thought. They cut the main cable and have knocked out internet for a couple of miles around here. So I'm actually going to go with a new internet provider. Went ahead and signed up with them, but it may take them a week or two to come install it. So in the meantime, I'll let them hook this back up, and then I'll switch over. The new one's going to be like 10 times faster than AT&T. AT&T's fiber is not very good here. I don't know if anybody else uses it or how good yours is, but I can't get much more than about 30, 40 megs. And with this other one, I can get up to 2,000 megs. So I'm pretty excited to try to get new and faster internet in here. But anyway, there it is. I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully we'll be back again to do it tomorrow. And hopefully we'll have a mid-morning chart in the morning. Um, I don't know if I'll be trading or not. I don't know if I trust trading like this, so I probably won't trade. But who knows? Maybe they'll get my internet going. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. We'll be back again to do it tomorrow. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.